Hi there, Martin from unlimitedabundance.com. Now, actually, just a very quick video today, although I think a very important one, because it's all about attracting to us the very best that we would like, and very much it comes down to the way we think. Now, as Zig Ziglar says, if you can provide a service or a product or an attitude, and that is my own addition to this, that other people want and desire, by helping them solve their problems, you in turn are effectively solving yours. It's actually a very simple and very basic principle. And I'm actually quite passionate about this because when it actually hit me how simplistic it is and how we can turn our attitudinal thinking to make such a positive difference for so many other people, the results are actually quite incredible. It really is stunningly amazing, in fact. And every day now when I get up in the morning, I actually spend a few minutes thinking about, how I'm going to be able to utilize the day to make a positive difference in other people's lives. And whilst it took perhaps a short while to actually see those results flow through, it was quite incredible the results that I actually started to achieve. And I start the day thinking, you know what, certainly they're going to be stupid people I might meet. They're going to be people who have got their own personal problems and they may be unpleasant with me, rude, ill-mannered, ill-tempered, all that sort of thing. I literally let the whole lot just flow off my head. It's totally unimportant. It's totally irrelevant for all intents and purposes. And when we recognize that, we were able to make an incredibly positive difference. And I was actually filling up the car yesterday. A lot of fuel stations here in Australia are self-service. It's probably similar just about in most parts of the world. And the person who was waiting behind me decided that I simply wasn't filling up my car quickly enough. And I actually also was utilising the wiper option to, sort of to clean the windshield and so on. And I actually did my best to sort of do everything as quickly as possible, but the person behind me became extremely upset and said, come on, there's other people here, etc., etc. And whilst I could have actually started to enter into a very substantial verbal argument with this person, I simply decided not to. It's not worth it. It's completely non-beneficial in practically every respect. So I just let the whole thing go. And whilst I didn't appreciate that particular behaviour from that person, allowing it to affect me and then to cause me to have an unpleasant day is just stupid. It's completely unproductive, and I made a very conscious and very determined effort not to allow that to bother me. And the difference was quite extreme, because within a matter of a minute I was absolutely fine, no problem at all. You're going to meet people like that in the world. But when we understand how the way we think and we choose to behave in different situations, we are becoming ultimately very powerful. And, there are a lot of people who will react. And by reacting or without thinking, becoming annoyed, angry, the other person is actually wanting you to get angry. They're looking for a fight. They're looking for an argument. As soon as you calm the situation down or ignore it or even agree with them and just move on, all that aggravation, all that frustration just evaporates because there's nowhere left for them to go. Now, what has that got to do with you? The whole issue is, if we allow other people to upset us, to concern us, or anything like that, the only person that is ultimately affected is us. Whereas on the other hand, if we choose to take control and take a leading role in where we are going and what we are doing and how we are doing it and how we are approaching it, we immediately become intensely powerful, intensely strong. And this is what ultimately leads to our ultimate abundance as well. Because when we're able to control our emotions, we're able to focus ourselves more strongly and more clearly on the areas where we can and ultimately are better people, if that makes sense. A lot of this information is explained in far greater detail on my website, ultimateabundance.info. But it really is important to consider we have total control about everything in our lives. I mean, I understand there might be, for example, natural disasters, or someone in your family may come down with an illness. However, the way we choose to deal with it will affect the results we get. And it all comes down to our mind processes, the way we think, and what we're doing as well in the process for other people. I understand that it's very easy for some people to say, such as myself, that this is easy, because, for example, right at this very moment, I don't have someone in my family who is very ill. However, just for the record, I have had people in my family who were very and dangerously ill in the past, and because of the right attitude and the right way of looking at things, we've overcome all those obstacles. And that is what I wish for you today. To recognize you're in control, you have the method to direct your life, and whilst there certainly can be things externally that might marginally impact, ultimately we still know more or less where we want to go, or at least hopefully we do, because that is actually very important for our ongoing success. Have a great day, be your very best. Do not allow anything to get you down. No matter what happens, we can always face the challenges. Learn a whole lot more at ultimateabundance.info. Martin, with you today. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Keep smiling. Bye.